Hello, hello, it is Dr. Askkrystalracquel and I am back again with another video. Hope you are doing amazingly. I have an interesting topic for you today, but first I would like to say if you like my content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And also please send me an email, askkrystalracquel@gmail.com if you have any questions for me and you would like me to answer it on a video potentially. So the topic for today is going to be let your no be a no. Basically, if you reject a man for a date or anything, let's say there's someone that you've known for a while and he's asked you out and you've never been interested in him before, if you reject someone and they keep pursuing you, they keep coming back, they keep asking you, please take me out, please let me take you out, I'll treat you right, and all these other things. There could be so many different scenarios, and I may give you an example. Please let it be a no. Even if you break up with someone, for the most part, let that no stay a no. The person can come back and say they've changed, a whole bunch of different things. Your answer was no, let it remain no. And I'll tell you why. Men are the pursuers. So if they come to you and they're interested in you and then you reject them, oftentimes they will want to pursue you, continue to pursue you until they can get you to say yes. That becomes their goal. Maybe in the past they were interested in you and seeing you, getting to know you, and you said no. That is completely fine. You don't have to be interested in someone. However, they keep coming back and again and again and again, and this time it is not to get you, not to treat you well, and not to take you out on dates and stuff, or now their main goal is to prove to you that they want to get you interested in them, because that rejection hurts them in a way. It can hurt someone's ego, and because they are the pursuers, now their end goal is to get you into them. And then once you have agreed to finally go on a date with them, which is why I'm telling you don't do it, they're going to discard you. They're going to not be interested in you because you were the one that said you weren't interested initially. So now they want to make you interested in them so then they can reject you and tell you no. So if you have someone in your life, maybe you are dating someone and you have a boyfriend and it's not going well, they're not treating you well, you try to communicate to them what you need in the relationship and where you feel things could improve from their behavior, and you're working on things from your end to make sure that you're doing all you can in terms of the relationship, and then they're not hearing you. Then you decide, you know what, I'm not going to go forward with this. I would like to end the relationship. Let that no be a no and move on. If once you've decided no, you've moved on, that person keeps calling you, keep trying to get back with you, do not go back with that person. They're going to get back with you. They want to be able to say that you came back to them. Then for whatever reason, they're probably going to leave you, or they may end up with someone else after that. So that is so important. Do not fall for it, ladies. And then let's say it's someone you really don't know. There are a lot of people in general who are off in this world, so you really just want to be careful. So I know ladies sometimes have to be careful with how they're even rejecting people. Don't be rude, disrespectful, anything like that. If you're not interested, just say, no, I won't be able to, something like that. But let's say someone has pursued you, you've seen them in passing, and you're not attracted to them, or you're just not open to dating someone at the moment, or they're just not a fit just based on what you know about them or what you see about them, and you decline. That is fine. Do not entertain it when they keep coming back and thinking to yourself, oh, this person really likes me, so let me go ahead and pursue it. No, that person is going to try to find a way to, I guess I'll even go so far as to try to hurt you. So you're not interested. They were supposedly interested. Who really knows how deep that interest goes if they're going to try to be rude to you afterwards. But they were interested in you. You said, not at this time. And then after that, they keep coming back. And then now you're like, kind of getting flattered. You tell your girlfriends about it and they say, girl, yeah, he's really into you, he likes you, just give him a chance, girl. Don't do it. Don't do it, because even someone that you may not think is attractive, and you may think, oh well, I'm really attractive and stuff, and he's not that attractive, so he is gonna treat me well. That is not true. Some people they'll even think to themselves, like, you know what, she's way more attractive than I am, so I know she's only dating me because of this, or because I have money, or something like that. So they also try to find a way to hurt that person. So just be careful. Do not move forward. Let that no be a no. It's really okay. You're not a mean person if you're not interested in someone. Just like a man doesn't have to be interested in every woman that he comes across. Let that no be a no. You don't want to get into a situation where now you're looking like a fool because you said no. Now you went back off on your word, and now you're going along with what he wanted, but really he doesn't really like you like that anymore. He just really wants to prove to himself that he is that guy, that even though you're the one who rejected him first, he in his mind wants the scenario to end with him being the one that was the rejecter, so he can forget about how you rejected him. He can say, oh yep, I got her, I pursued her, she said yes, ignoring the fact that she originally said no. And then now that you've agreed to go on a date with him, he'll do what he needs to do in terms of letting you know, oh, I don't think it's a good fit, even though you're the one that said it wasn't a good fit. And I mean, there can even be some scenarios, ladies, some men, based on the advice that they're receiving, they're doing some really crazy things. So there may be some men who even go so far as trying to become your boyfriend, to try to like trick you, try to get you in the bed perhaps, and then get rid of you, and then discard you. So one, like I always say, you shouldn't be sleeping with anyone in the first place, but that is even more reason just let your no be a no. It's okay. Rejection is not crazy. People get rejected on many things, whether it's their job, trying out for new positions. You can get rejected in life. The man will survive. That doesn't mean you're a mean person if you're not interested in someone. So just move on, move forth, and let me see how much. Oh yeah, sorry, I was checking the time. Just move on, move forth, and don't let someone convince you to just do something that you're not into. And that's okay. And someone might say, well, I know someone, there was a guy he kept pursuing, and she was really interested. She wasn't really interested, and then they ended up together, and now they are perfectly going strong. Okay, that's fine. In the majority of scenarios, that's not what happens. So if you reject someone, it's in your best interest to move forward and move on. And I know in the description box of my video that I recently did on Say No to Coffee Dates, I also want to just explain that if a man first tells you that he'd like to take you out for coffee, and you let him know, I typically do lunch or dinner, if he doesn't immediately say, oh, okay, great, yeah, let's do dinner, I got you, I'll do dinner. If he doesn't immediately say lunch or dinner right after you say that, and he still gives you a reason for why he prefers coffee after you've already said what you do lunch and dinner, if he then mentions again coffee, you're having to tell yourself, you end up telling him after the second time he mentions coffee, okay, well, I don't think it's a good fit, I hope you found what you're looking for. After you say that, if he comes back and offers the dinner, no. So it's okay if he offers coffee. If you want to move forward, you just let him know. I'll typically do lunch and dinner. Then from there, if he says, oh, great, I would like to take you out to dinner, that's okay. If, once again, after you first say you do lunch or dinner, he still brings up coffee and says, well, coffee is better because it helps a man decide whether or not he's really interested in the woman in the first place. If he goes there, and then you have to decline and say, well, okay, well, I hope you find what you're looking for, I wish you the best. If after that he asks you for lunch or dinner or brunch, no, decline. Okay, so hopefully that helps. Ladies, if someone's not a good fit, it's perfectly fine. Don't waste your time. Same for men. If a young lady is not the one that you're interested in. Don't try to say, oh, well, you know, there's no one else around. Let me try to see if we can get something going. If she's not someone that who's your cup of tea, don't try to make her your cup of tea. I don't know if you all have seen this video recently of a gentleman, I believe he had dreads. He was getting married, and he was talking about the lady that he was getting married to, and in his vows, he mentioned that he, when he first saw her, he saw her as a pretty dark thing, and he just wanted to sleep with her, or he said he just wanted to hit. I ain't gonna hold you, is what he said. So he's basically saying, I really just wanted to sleep with you, and I'm not even gonna lie. Is that what it translates to? So basically, and I believe they have been together for a really long time. I can talk about this in another video too, just about like the timeline and why you shouldn't let somebody waste your time, men and women. But pretty much this gentleman, I use that so loosely, he basically just disrespected her and her vows, and apparently the real people, this man and this woman, they're like, the real story is like that they're laughing at it, they think it's funny, it's nothing serious, but the people who watched it are like, come on now, that's so disrespectful. And for me, the first thing that came to mind is this man did not have an active father in his life. He didn't have a man to teach him how to be a man. He didn't have a man in his life to teach him how to be a man. He probably learned from the streets, because it's just so disrespectful. This reflects so poorly on him to even think to say something like that at a formal event, at a wedding where he's supposed to be saying positivity. Certain things you just don't speak out of your mouth. So it just showed me that he probably had a bad upbringing. No offense to this man, but it's just obvious you don't speak like that at a wedding. And certain things you would keep hidden, that's not really something to joke about. Yeah. So, and also the thing that like threw me was that man is not into her. I think they've been together for several years. They met like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, something like that. And I think they only started dating like maybe 6 or 7 years ago, but that's still a lot. Basically, my point is, he said it's a pretty little dark thing. He just wanted to hit. That tells me, the man is dark skinned himself. That tells me he didn't like her because she was dark skinned. He thought she was cute. He wanted to sleep with her. He did not see her for something long term. And look at this lady's in this situation now. She's marrying this man, and he also said something like, you know, it took him a while to be able to it took him time to be able to get her. And she was like, you know, as it should. That's what she said. And I was just like, he basically was like, you know, typically I would just give people my smile, my Tracy smile. His name was Tracy, and the ladies would just fall for it basically and sleep with him. So I just thought it was very interesting. That man, basically he was saying that woman is not his preference. He just wanted to sleep with her. He said pretty brown thing, pretty dark thing. That tells me that he's trying to say she's pretty, but she wasn't his type, because he said he just wanted to sleep with her. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that topic. So you don't want to end up in that situation, right? If you're not interested, just move on. There are men who will, you know, just try to come back and try to be in your life and try to continue to ask you to date them simply because you refused them. Even in this case, that it took time, right? It took time for this man who was marrying this lady and spoke so disrespectfully in his vows. It took time for her to get with him. So maybe that was the reason that he was really pursuing her. He wasn't even interested in her like that from the get-go. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Let me know your thoughts, comments down below, and I will be back with another video. Bye.